Refin Review.
We are back here on Refin It Up in our Refin Review. Jimmy, man, something that we've talked about privately with a referee, Eddie Orango. I believe he's on Raw, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you've talked about it before as far as the scooping goes.
Yes.
By the way,
Please.
shout out to him. He worked all three shows or two shows on
Worlds
Saturday.
collide.
Worlds collide as well as Money in the Bank and then Raw. So he did it. He had a busy week.
So did Hornet, right?
No, Hornet did not work Money in the Bank or Raw.
No.
You didn't work Worlds? Okay. Anyways, go ahead,
He
Jimmy.
worked Worlds Collide. He did work Money in the
Worlds
Bank.
Collide, but
He didn't work Money
but
in the
Eddie
Bank or
worked
Raw.
all three.
Oh, he didn't work the other ones. Okay, yeah,
right.
Okay.
Right. So he was busier than he was as busy as El Grande Latte or Americanos.
Him too. But yeah, Jimmy, can you just elaborate a little bit more on what you refer to as that he doesn't always do it?
Right. We've talked about this before. I mean, Brian brought it up and said that Eddie is a very good official, and we all agreed on that. He is a very good official. But there are times during false finishes where he does that scooping motion that we talk about. And I think I finally figured out why, because he doesn't do it all the time. Eddie, when he counts with both hands. He counts sometimes with his left and sometimes with his right. When he counts with his right, he doesn't do it. When he counts with his left, that's when it happens.
Really?
Interesting.
Yes. So I'm wondering if it's more I'm not saying maybe he's not ambidextrous and he's able to count with like most of us could count if we wanted to with a left hand. I'm right-handed. I'll count right-handed. But I feel awkward counting with my left. And maybe he doesn't feel awkward counting with his left, but it's not it's not the same motion coming down for that third for the false finish.
You might be right on that. I mean, I count with both, depending on the spot, and I think my falsies are the same either way. I don't know. I've never really watched them, or I never really been told it's not. But I will say this: the thing that I have noticed. I actually never. I'm gonna watch that now. But my thing is what I always thought is maybe when he doesn't think about it,
right?
And he's just out. He's quickly doing this. Then that's where he doesn't scoop because he doesn't at times, and then there's time he does. So I think when he's thinking like, oh no, this is a big false, I got to make it. That's when he does it. When he's just in there counting, not and just counting the false, it ends up being closer than he thought it was going to be. He doesn't scoop. So. That's where I think it's a mental thing, but it could be you could be right on the.
It could be a little bit of both. It could be a little bit of column A and column B.
Well, see me, I am ambidextrous, and I will say I am predominantly left-handed, and I do many things left-handed, but I do things right-handed as well. When I was officiating, when I did go right-handed, I will say I felt like it was a sloppy false, like just a. Not as natural, should I say? And it probably wasn't as good. I mean, it can't be as good as it is on my left. You know what I mean? Because I'm naturally left-handed. Mm-hmm. So it makes a lot of sense what you're saying, Jimmy. But we did, Daniel, talk about the thinking about it before. Yeah. And maybe we're not right about that. Maybe if we go and look now and see he's going left. So he's right-handed, correct?
Well, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Asked. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
But you said it happens when he goes left-handed.
Right. And when he counts with his right, it doesn't happen.
Okay. All right. So maybe he's right-handed and has a little awkwardness with his left hand, which is normal to me, really, because like I said, I'm left-handed. My right-handed counts just for me because I can feel it. It doesn't feel the same. You know what I mean? Like it's just like a sloppy. I don't know how to describe it, especially through audio, but like it's just I don't know. That is interesting take. I like this. I can't wait to watch him ref again.
Well, I remember the time we did that the referee strike angle and they put me in a sling for that night on Raw after the 6-pack challenge because Vince Russo said I didn't look beat up enough, so they had to do something. So they put me in a sling.
Oh, Kyoto kicked you.
Well, he kicked me in the back. I'm surprised my kidneys are still there. It, anyways, still the receipt coming, Kyoto. But again, I said, well, so I'm in the sling. I'm going to be working the sling. Yeah, count with your left hand, and it just felt so weird for me. It,
That's what I mean. It's
I felt
weird.
like I felt like I wasn't getting my arm high enough, like I normally do, and all this stuff. And I'm like, that's why I do it like 99.9% of the time right-handed.
Yeah.
Daniel, you're left-handed. Is there anything that you can do right-handed decently?
Yeah. A lot of things.
Like what? Just name it. I'm just saying. Like,
Anything
name
you can mention on the show?
oh,
Oh, sorry.
oof.
I
Yeah.
can, I can. I mean, there's. I mean, I don't
God
really know.
damn.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, I can. I can golf right-handed. I can. But I obviously I'm
Okay.
better
Could you hit
left-handed.
it? All right.
Well, that's weird.
perfect.
See, it's
I can
funny
also
you
hit a
said that. It's
baseball
funny you
right-handed.
said that because when I play golf, I golf right. When I
Yeah.
play hockey, I shoot left. When I
Mhm.
play baseball, I bat right.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The only thing
I
I
can,
do, I hockey for some reason, I shoot left. I don't
I,
know why.
I kick with my right foot instead of my
Yeah.
left. I
Yep.
I like I cut scissors with my right instead of my left.
Same.
It's
So,
just
but
different.
what I'm saying, all right. So here's what I'm saying, Daniel. So if you golf right-handed, if
I
you
can. I prefer left, but I can
okay.
golf right-handed.
So, but what I'm
Well,
saying is,
okay.
if you golf right-handed, are you going to drive it farther right-handed or left?
I'm gonna probably drive it farther left-handed. But then again, I'm straighter right-handed.
Really?
You're not straight anyway.
Whatever. Yes.
Not there's anything wrong with that. I'm just
I am very straight.
I mean, in a straight line. Jeez.
Yeah. So no, I'm straight. It's straight. It's straighter because I guess I'm not putting as much power. So like the focus is like I could hit it better right-handed from it just doesn't go as far.
but
So
you get more distance left.
yeah, correct.
I've never tried golfing left. I mean, like I said, I play hockey, I shoot left.
But it's I would it's one of those weird things that I'm like, oh wow, maybe I should start playing more right-handed or whatever. Same with bat, like when I used to do co-ed softball or whatever. The man always had to bat with the opposite hand, right? So
Mm.
I would bat right-handed and I would do well. And I'm not saying that I don't do well left-handed. I mean, I have more power, but I would actually could hit the ball and do pretty decent. So
Hmm.
it's yeah, it's weird.
The common theme to this conversation is use the hand that you best at whatever it is you want to do.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
I think
The
that's a
more you
great way to
know.
end this.
That's a great way to
Like,
say.
like again, like I've heard Brian's good with both hands. So
Mhm.
Sometimes you have to use both hands.
So, anyways, there's no easy segue to this, but
Jimmy started it. Jimmy started it.
for one time, for the first time in forever. But Brian, man, we got this question posed to us this past week. But why are the announced tables not a DQ, but all the other tables are?
I'm sending this to Jimmy. And the reason why is because Jimmy has the best explanation that I've heard of any of us. Jimmy,
okay.
Well, thank you for that. I know a lot of people say why when a wrestler puts another wrestler through the announce table, it's not a DQ, but when they pull a table out from under the ring, set it up, and put somebody through it, then why is that a DQ? Because the announce table is considered part of the set, part of the ring setup, like the barricades, like the stairs. If you were strong enough to pick up the announce table and chuck it at somebody and hit them with it, that's a DQ. But because it's a set piece, it's not considered a DQ if you run anybody into it or through it or whatever the case may be. It's like the stairs. If you were to pick somebody up, pick up the stairs and hit somebody with them, DQ. You can run somebody into the stairs, fine. You can run somebody into the barricades, that's fine. But if you pick one up and hit them with it, that's a DQ. It's considered a foreign object because the wrestler introduced that object into play.
Now, here's a gray area though that we'll throw
Uh-oh.
out there
Oh,
come on.
because
it's
I've
right
had
here.
it
It's
happen.
right here. The gray area is right here.
Not,
I've had
not
it
on you,
happen.
not on you, Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
So you can pull out the table, set it up. You're going to use it, and then no one you don't ever go through because of the counter happens and match goes on, and then something happens and somebody's countering whatever a move, and they just happen to go over the rope and land right on the table. and
Mhm.
therefore that is not a DQ because it was an accidental, and it's almost like exposing the turnbuckle too. You expose like it was an accidental thing that happened to be there, and unfortunately, the match was happening. The ref couldn't take away the
Mm,
table or anything else. So yeah,
that's a very
Mm,
much a gray area because it's
it
still
is.
a foreign property introduced before
but
after
it
the match had begun.
but it has to be an accident. It can't be thrown in there. There's got to be like a counter where the person just,
So
like
Well,
Jimmy, quick thing he's
mhm,
saying. The
right,
guy goes out, sets the table up. Referee goes
right.
over. No, 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 no. You can't use it. He goes back into the ring. Right. They do a spot. They do a spot. They do a spot. He gets ready to do something.
well,
Uh,
it could be 10 minutes later before that
that's what I'm
happens. But
saying.
yes, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, not right away, but when he boosts him over, goes through the table.
Or the
Well,
way I saw Josh Alexander do it, like was the last time we did it, it was they're up on the top of the, they're both up about to do a superplex. They're going, 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 and then they they kind of pass out, and then he falls into it. His momentum just takes him into the table.
that's the only time I could say you can get away with it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
the gray area where, and the reason I
Yeah.
want to bring it up because I have seen that happen. Obviously at TNA, WB, it actually just happened at Worlds Collide. So it's one of those things where it's, hey, this is a gray area where it is allowed, and this is why there's an explanation
Mhm.
of why it happens. You can also say it, referee's discretion.
Oh, I hate
Whatever.
that.
I hate that
Okay.
shit.
I'm coming to Louisville right now, buddy. Watch out.